yeah, they are aware that the amulet contains memories that might even predate, like the Celestial, the Imperial Empire itself, Radiant Empire.
That's pretty cool.
Some of them being far older than 1,000 years old. Which, yeah, it's quite valuable what Ceres is holding, basically.
Very valuable. Okay.
And also very rare. There aren't that many of them, given they're carved from, their sacred trees, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'm sure Ceres finds interesting, if nothing else.
Very, yeah.
As a purveyor of knowledge.
Mm. So, although I do not wish to keep you against your will, and in all honesty, would be fine with you taking Lorenzo's body if it was truly something that you needed to do. I want you to be aware that there is a possibility for you, right now, and right here, that if you stay, you could become an apprentice under me, and you could learn what you can from myself, from other arcane casters, and from this amulet. If you stayed, you would be given what seems to be now a gift of time, a gift to learn, and not just from some Eladrin that live with ASMR and humans all of her life, but from your own people's memory, as you say. Although I cannot offer you much aid to go back, or much aid for your people, I can give you this opportunity.
You roll me a persuasion check.
Sure. I think I need to quickly reconnect to refresh. The dice roll sound rolled, but nothing happened.
Can I aid here?
You can try to aid. Are you trained in persuasion?
I don't think I need to be. I'm just taking the help action, right?
You don't need to be trained to aid in a skill check.
Very well.
It's more given the fact that I played in my case to him already. Like, he knows that I'm being sincere here, so.
You have been scrutinized.
Yep.
15. That's a very poor roll. Hang on. I got a thing. Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Got a thing. You know, Ceres is a smart lady. And as it turns out, she's a sorcerer. And as it double turns out,
You are in fact a sorcerer. This is the correct statement.
Yeah, as it double turns out, sorcerers have this uncanny ability where, well, it says if it's when you make an ability check that fails, you can spend...
Oh, it's the same situation with my thing. Is like it's binary. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's like if it fails, you can spend a sorcery point to re-roll the d20.
Right.
I will allow you to use it if you want to.
Okay. I'll just hit the persuasion button again. That's significantly better. Yeah.
Yep.
That's more like Ceres. There we go. She just needed to infuse herself with a little bit of magic to really get the juices flowing.
The amulet you're holding glowing a little bit as you're saying this.
Using her dead soul amulet against him. That's People call me cruel.
Ah, rational mind is so refreshing sometimes.
Power of necromancy, everything is possible.
Fine. Fine. Sure. For now, I can stay for some time. I'm not required to leave immediately.
There's a
And if in the event that, well, things don't work out, then you can work with me. Find your way home. We do not wish for you to feel trapped here, but this is a good opportunity for you.
And looks back and forth for a moment. They're clearly uneasy, but they're willing to accept.
Yeah.
For the time.
I think then Ceres will say, we will discuss this with our king, I think. But I'm sure he can be persuaded to accept this. And some apprentice quarters will be arranged for you. And of course, food better than prisoner gruel as well.
I'll be able to get my things back.
Ceres tilts her head in thought and says, I think for now it depends on the things, but for the most part, yes. I don't see any reason for you to be a threat, but of course, until we can build trust between us all, it might be best just to prevent more worries. After all, the person that you were coming to reclaim did try and kill us all.
There's a grim look on his face as you say that.
What is it that you specifically want? That you're concerned I will not give you?
There is nothing of it's not as if there's one particular item. It is more on the lines that I was carrying a significant number of belongings, if nothing else, changes of clothes and similar, inside my bag of holding.
Perhaps
Which,
then,
from what I saw, your guards had no idea how to operate and nearly broke.
idiots. You can have anything mundane. There is no question of that. And a bag of holding, as magical as it is, so long as its contents are not something that could blow up our city or can bring a harm to our court, then you will have it freely. Think we can agree with that, Vickers?
He nods. He kind of smirks a bit and says, if the bag does kind of wrings his hands, malfunctions, then he shrugs. We'll deal with it.
There is no harm to your city from a bag of holding, I'm afraid.
No. No, a bag of holding is fine. Keep that.
Not unless any of your guards happen to have stumbled across a portable hole while we've been in here.
I do not wish to know any more.
Looks to Sarah to see if she knows what he's talking about.
Ceres nods with like a grim face. Bag of holding, portal. Not a good combination if you combine the two. I'm pretty sure aeons then appear.
You also have a small hold to the astral sea.
Yeah.
Don't know what either of those two things are, but they don't sound very good. You can tell I'm not quite versed in the magical arts, but I
You
don't
aren't-
need to be.
You are touched by it, though. If he just kind of gently taps his forehead.
Vickers kind of looks at him and says, you said before that you don't have the luxury of time. Well, this, I didn't have a choice either.
Do you
But
want
we-
it gone?
Vic is kind of. He kind of goes a bit silent and says, it serves a purpose. And when I feel it has been enough for me to do what I need to do, then perhaps then. But it kind of sparks a bit. If that time comes, it will probably be past my time. I'm still human. I don't have the luxury of time.
He simply nods. It's not a particularly sympathetic look, but he nods.
Vickers doesn't need sympathy, but he's just staying at how it is. He knows how it is. So.
All right, let's get you and your possessions sorted. We'll iron things out with the king, and you can meet your fellow apprentice, Lady Charlotte. I'm sure she would like to ask you many questions.
As you'll gain a temporary guest in court.
My. Who would like
Oh,
to be
what?
smited first?
What's what's the name? We never asked.
You didn't, but his
We
name
got
is
sorry.
His name is Vanitas.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
As he is as you get the novice mage added to your added as a guest to the court.
Hmm.
But
Right.
technically speaking, novice blood mage, but
Okay.
and as you will discover, was formerly one of Lorenz's apprentices.
Yeah.
Figured.
Good as much. I think
No, sorry, I have to
Oh.
interject before the in-game time runs away.
Mhm.
I think during this whole interaction, Torren would have actually been outside the prison here because this is his area of responsibility, but he didn't want to get involved because obviously he can't speak the language, and also you seem to already know that you want to talk to this prisoner about something specific that Torren has no idea about.
Right.
But then you pass him as you leave, just having just freed her. He'll look after you as you leave. Maybe you don't even see him as he's sort of waiting in a corner somewhere, just frowning at completely being ignored.
this is
I
what
mean, if
Ceres
he's
and
in a
Vickers
corner,
does. We make decisions.
I mean, this is the council, right? There is autonomy here to a degree. So
I think the only part of this autonomy is not seeking forgiveness from Amanas, but acceptance from him.
yeah, we're not. Yeah, this is our decision, and so we give reason for it.
Yeah.
As I presume you also tell the guards not to suddenly recapture the blood elf.
Yeah, don't recapture the blood
yes.
elf. Give them some leeway.
They're under the purview of Lady Ceres
Yeah.
at the moment, at least temporarily.
Secondary question:
Hmm.
If you're Are you then offering them access to basic mana crystals? If you see them as an apprentice, or are you keeping those restricted away?
I don't think we
I
should give
think,
this
yeah.
thing
Although-
magic.
I think for now, we'll restrict the usage of mana crystals. If they have a specific reason, then he can request them from Ceres directly. But not freely.
So,
It's under supervision, basically.
Yeah.
Whether through training or like asking for it through Ceres, like he's not going to have access to it of his own will by himself, whatever he wants. That's
Yeah.
not happening. There's still the element of trust here, and it hasn't been earned completely. So
Yeah.
we're not stupid, right? So
And I think Ceres will make that clear that although we are restricting the use of magic, when trust is earned, then that restriction will be lightened.
Yep.
To the point where it will be as light as Charlotte's access to mana crystal.
which, to my understanding, her access to mana crystals is she shows up in the vault for them and basically just gets them.
Yeah, pretty much. So long as she's not going
but she's
insane,
shown that she
gets them.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's shown that she can manage it. She doesn't go crazy using them, and
And we also didn't brutally murder her former master.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Which is, fair arguments.
Very fair
Yeah.
argument. I'm sure
They
can-
don't make any arguments against you. They seem rather passive with it, though. You don't know if that's just them. Well, perhaps it's just. Actually, I'll give you this much, given some of you have actually got decent insight.
Yeah.
It's also a case of they are fully aware that there's no point in them starting anything because they won't win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that they would do anything, because if they did anything here, they would die. Like, it wouldn't even be a second thing, but...
Maybe they can take on a couple of your guards, but they can't take on your entire guard force, let alone probably can't take on any one of you individually.
Yeah, like, if they did it anywhere within, like, I don't know, 400 feet of us, they would die. They would die sooner than they could do much damage. So,
I will say that Theo's new assignment is to tail Vanitas and just keep an eye on the cases when Ceres is not there, or Vanitas believes that he is by himself. Then it's Theo's job to tail him and see what's going on. That's his training.
For now, all Vanitas will request access to is simply a private room and access to the gardens, and, if possible, an access to a library.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Seems fine. Yeah.
No
Not
worries.
being particularly ambitious here.
No, that's
No,
fine.
no access to the restricted library that we definitely don't have.
Definitely
but
not. Ooh,
I think most of the volumes in the Vanitas will struggle to read regardless, because a lot of your volumes will be written in common.
that's true. That's true.
But nonetheless. As I suppose you can, you and of course now Torin, who is apparently now just probably following the pair of you. It sounds like.
No.
No?
He's gonna make a formal complaint about having his authority ignored later, but
All right.
obviously that's
Fair enough.
Authority
gonna be a whole
schmority.
thing he doesn't want to deal with right now.
It's
This was an internal affairs security issue, not an external. So,
Yeah.
he's internal affairs though.
Yeah. Torin isn't.
I am
Damn it.
internal security.
but I'm internal security. you
He's
see,
internal.
so
Ah,
it's-
Ah,
there we
okay,
go, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's the conflict between the Metropolitan Police and Scotland Yard here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
The thing is, this is legitimately an issue that actually is in like the random events table, which is something that appears in both the spy masters and the wardens of purview.
To be fair, we had a warden before, so maybe Vickers and Ceres simply forgot that we have
I
one.
think that's
and
To be
probably
didn't really-
honest,
yeah.
that's probably what happened.
That
They were
is
like, we
exactly
just
it.
do this
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
and yeah.
haven't really thought
And
of.
then I imagine it's
Like-
like brought up, like, guys, come on, Torin is here, and they're like, oh fuck yeah, he's a thing now. I'm so sorry.
There's now procedures on the prison.
Your job
I mean,
actually
Torin,
exists.
if
only
Torin goes
had
to
a
knock
few
on Vicus's
days.
door, then he'll explain and apologize
Yeah,
normally,
of
but
course. Don't want to step on Torin's toes. We just forgot that
of course not.
your job role actually existed. Because it hasn't for the longest time.
I would. It was. Let me stress. It wasn't presented that plainly.
No,
It's probably
no.
a polite way about it, but
Ferris is a lot diplomatic than I am at 10 o'clock in the evening.
oh yeah.
I cannot emulate the +4 charisma.
Well, it's just a symptom that there's a lot of work to be done to get everything into a proper order in the city. Just
Yeah, definitely.
vigilantes
overriding,
running
yeah.
rampant.
This is exactly what
To
he's
think
talking about.
the diplomat just walking into the prison and running affairs.
This is why
Wrong.
Vicus is neutral. Like laws, sometimes they need to be twisted a bit.
Because supposed to keep an eye on the underworld and instead of breaking the underworld criminals out of prison. You know how it goes.
Well, that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be needing to do a jailbreak. You're part of the government.
It wasn't a jailbreak. It was a negotiation.
I think as far as the warden's concerned, it was a jailbreak.
Oh, sure. I mean, look,
You didn't file the proper form, therefore it was a jailbreak.
I see. Well, now that he has been aware of the form through complaint, he will ensure to submit it next time.
You must submit your B12 forms for prison release.
Yes. You know the thing about quality. It's always some new form that you forget to fill out. So.
I look forward to Torin just showing up with just forms at people's desks from now on.
That'd be great.
You took these supplies from the Mana Crystal Vault. You haven't written down how many you took or when or why. This needs to be filed properly.
I'd assume Torin would be a great friend to Raiden. At least Raiden would be appreciative of the, the crackdown on random supplies going missing and frivolous spending.
It's an interesting situation because Raiden is not the most lawful person on himself, but he likes keeping things well organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same for Torin. Like he's not like a stickler for like the you have to hand in the form and then there's like a 3-day processing period or anything like that. It just needs to have a proper hierarchy,
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be organized. It needs to be like a well-oiled machine. If everyone just does whatever the hell they want, then well, that's just anarchy, really. Wouldn't need a government then. Just have everyone write their own laws and see how that goes.
Without law, there is pure anarchy. That's Torin's mindset.
Sort of.
But fair enough. I hope you're okay, Isa. I know so far the camera's not been on you, and that took a bit longer than I was expecting.
It's fine. It's fine.
With that, though, do either of you want to bring up business to the king, or should we skip to the tower, or?
Jonas, can we skip?
Let's do the tower.
Yeah, I think Amanas is cool, right? He's cool with it. All right, let's move.
There's just a great job of presenting
Cool with
value.
what precisely?
I like the idea of this conversation happening at the base of the tower.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've got an
By the
apprentice.
way-
It's the blood mage novice. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's move on.
What?
We are stopping them going back to the blood elves with the body and knowledge of Lorenza. We are keeping the knowledge in our possession, and in turn they shall stay here with us. I will train them in our ways and bring them as my apprentice. Though they are not being kept here against their will, they are welcome to leave if they wish.
And why would we let a sworn enemy of the Empire into our business exactly?
This one has sworn nothing. He was a child. It wasn't even really. In fact, was probably born after the last crusade.
We killed his mentor,
Indeed. But
and he will just hang around now and just be nice and not plot our downfall.
that's why we have our dear Theo, isn't it? Good training for Theo.
This is some sort of like battle royale between like apprentices. See, get as many as we can, and then see them kill themselves off.
What? It's like,
I mean, Amanas will be incredibly skeptical to this idea, and he will say that Ceres has served him loyally and for many years, so he will allow this on her insistence, but on her head this will be. If this blood elf, who Amanas certainly considers an enemy, does anything untoward, he will kill the blood elf, and then he will turn his fury on Ceres. So she better know what she's doing here.
I think Ceres will actually be oddly serious in that moment and say, "You of all people, Amanas, know what I swore to your grandfather, and you of all people know the power that holds behind that fealty. It can be upon my head. You know I won't do something so reckless if I did not think I could control the outcome."
Amanas nods. That is all that needs to be said about it. We know the stakes.
He nods. Now let's go get us an arcane forge.
Yes, I'll speak to Seal in private later.
No strangling the baby. I mean the blood mage.
As we've now gone full circle with the session.
oh,
Hey, they're technically older than the average human in the city. So as far as I'm as far as Sam is concerned,
Yeah, that's why I don't really. It's like, oh no, our we're only 200 years now, and he's like, like, Well, what a tragic loss, I'm sure.
as you head into the spire to find Makara standing there before the ward up to the upper levels. You're looking over all of you, and presumably all of you well armed.
Yep.
And Seal somehow dragged out of bed.
Yep.
I have my 2 arms attached, yeah. That's all I need.
As I mentioned before, my liege, though you weren't here for that conversation, the upper levels of the towers have a significant number of defenses, traps, guardians, and the similar. Once we open up these wards, the creatures from the next level may attempt to come back down and retake parts of the tower. Therefore, really, we need to clear out the entire ward in one go. The entire floor in one go, I should say. We can't leave it unlocked for too long.
So we must be swift, but also cautious.
I will
thorough.
stay here at the base here, ensuring nothing comes down the stairs. But of course, yes, be thorough. We don't want anything being missed.
You have any idea of the guardians, the type?
There can be all manner of magical entities up here. It's hard to know for sure. Golems are to be expected, elementals, possibly even a kind of outsiders. But there may be other things. I don't exactly know what the mages here were working on.
Right. Can we garner any assistance from our magical creature friend?
The cat.
Yes.
None at this time.
They're tricky to wrangle into helping.
All right, well, it is on us then. Let's go.
Makara nods and as she takes one of the larger mana crystals and heads over towards the barrier. As you see her weave up a rather potent dispelling, modified dispelling ritual. As you see her basically cast down the ward.
All right, let's go.
As you also suddenly see like bright flashes of light from some of the different crystals down the lower floor here. It's very clear the tower the tower took some minor offense to having its ward blown up.
Has this been the same day or?
This can be a different day.
Sure, let's do a different day because I want to redo this sort of spending stuff. Yeah, let's see how long I got here. 4 hours. So seal Sarah's Aminus because I can't include any more people.
I will also, before going here, cast aid on people. Let's see here.
Okay.
How many people does aid affect? Is it everyone?
Depends on the level of the spell,
No.
right? Or is it 3, 4?
8. Up to 3 creatures within range.
I can forego it. I have the Constitution thing, and I'm not going to be. I have ways to mitigate damage.
So put it on himself, on Torin, and well, Ceres or Seal then. Seal can heal herself, right?
Yes, I have healing spells.
Then put it on Ceres. Give her a bit more
How much?
toughness.
5 extra max.
Yep, 5 extra HP. Tack onto your.
Well, thankfully, there is apparently a little thing for like extra max.
There is
Apparently
plus
there is.
max.
Oh yeah,
Hit
I
5.
didn't even have to do anything. It just did
And
it,
it-
apparently.
It shows up as a different color as well.
I ended up doing that for you, Sheep, because I was trying to see what it did.
Okay.
I think you have to.
I
Like,
think I was complimenting the automation when it
No.
didn't.
Right,
have to
No,
do
there
that.
is like no automation for 5e,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
make sure you heal that as well. Yeah.
close the window. It's got really cold.
It's actually a bit. Actually, it's rather sadly 5e has some of the least automation for any of the tabletop systems.
Yeah, it sucks, but
It
it's
works.
community based, so
It works,
you
but
know.
yeah, the least automation so far, which is odd. I thought 5e would have more, but
Does Rikas give the diamond to Seal?
I'm back.
For
Did she
revival?
ask for it?
I mean, Seal doesn't know about it.
Right. Can she cast it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she has told that she can cast Revivify.
Then he will give it to her, but he will expect
It
he
return.
will expect to see it when they return if he hasn't used it.
Sure.
Not give it back to him, but just make sure it's still with her.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll hand it over. So I'll take it off my sheet and you can put it on yours. Yep, it's off mine now.
Orin has almost twice the hit points compared to Ceres.
You are a big hulking monstrosity, so
You are a
It's true.
bulky boy.
that's not a bad thing. Yeah,
And
that's
I've
a
even
good
got
thing.
I
plus one
presume
con.
yes, I presume you all head up the stairs and into the tower. We can start doing
Yes.
basic exploration.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it.
I think, yeah, even though I've got plus 1 constitution, it's just the size of the hit die. Really,
Yeah.
like, you've got
Yeah.
what, D10s? I've got D6s.
Pretty sure I have not
Yeah,
that.
Fighter
A
is
D8 per rogue.
Okay,
Yeah, fighter is D10.
yeah, fighter's D10.
Barbarian would be D12.
Yeah. And you've got much more con than I
Is
do.
it... Well, mine is magically boosted, so
Yeah, you've got the amulet, right?
And as you begin to trudge away up the stairs and into the newest level of the tower, there's definitely a distinct change. The lower levels of the tower are in decent-ish shape. They haven't like there's some definite rubble and like damage from where the gnolls had lived in there and similar things. Up here though, it's distinctly different. Everything looks pristine, completely pristine, but also just coated in this absolute cake of dust. The kind of thing where you might actually leave like solid footprints in the dust as you go. This place clearly has not seen any creature move it in a very, very long time.
See. So
Covering every wall is old elven writings, much of which Ceres might need to take some time to decipher.
All right.
We're here. This kind of goes without saying, but Vicus is going to be actively. I don't know how. I forget how it works in 5e, but like I'm actively looking for traps, so I assume I have to like roll for that, and then you'd ask for another one if you need it. Or
I don't know what the official thing is. What I'll allow you to do is I will roll in secret for you.
okay.
And you told me actually looking for it. So I'll roll you a secret check for it.
I think you
Okay.
have your passive perception. That's like what's always active.
Yeah, that's if you're
That
like
is-
walking around, not actively
Okay.
looking. But yeah.
You always have your passive. There.
I think
Given she said those traps, I do want to keep an eye out for them personally. So.
And I think we're probably taking our time with it, right? We're not going to be rushing through. There's no need to.
No, we're being thorough. Yeah. No,
So
we're not dilly-dallying, but we're definitely being cautious, right? So. Fair enough. Are we good to waddle around, or do you still have more to?
You are free to waddle around.
I'm just waiting.
Vicus.
As soon as I figure out how to do that. There we go.
Like a drag.
Vicus,
Yes.
you realize something.
Okay.
You realize that there's basically the entire section of floor in front of you. There is
Yeah.
this odd shift in the tiling. You get the sense that there may be some form of trap.
Okay. Can I pinpoint exactly what it is?
You can roll an active perception for me right now to see
Okay.
if you can learn more about the trap. But you've spotted that there is one at least.
Well, he pointed out that he spotted something. Let's see here. Perception.
Dang.
Feels like the bonus isn't very high for you, but
Wait, why is my...
That's not got. That can't
Oh.
be yours, right?
That makes no sense. Oh, sorry, I clicked off my proficiency when I went to click it.
Uh,
On my sheet. It should be wait.
are you
I have
doing a train or
expertise.
decent it?
just take your plus
I
and
need to
minus
check my
1.
character sheet. I have expertise. It's +7, so it should
So
be
actually 6
20
higher than that.
Yeah, so 27.
As it turns out, because it's far better than he thought he was.
Yeah.
As he kind of looks ahead. Yeah, okay, so this entire section of floor ahead, the stonework is slightly indented. You get the sense it's designed that the part of the floor can move away, perhaps a pit of some kind.
Ah, okay. What's the region of this difference in tiling? Oh, okay. Well,
You also realize, however, there is a mechanism for it.
so it can be disabled.
Yes.
How do you disable a trap in 5e? It's my first time.
Thieves tools check or tinkering check, I think.
Yeah,
Or sleight
it's
of hand, I think.
sleight of hand with thieves' tools, typically.
Yes.
Sleight of hand with thieves.
I mean,
tools.
yeah. Thieves tools proficiency is the usual thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay, I have
also, I think
I have expertise in thieves tools, so it would be +10.
Yeah.
However, there's one little added catch in this case.
Okay.
You identify the location of the mechanism.
Oh, I have to get over there.
I mean,
It's 2 squares. I can just jump that without a check, right?
I
You're
can
right,
also get there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can do it, go
I
ahead.
mean, if you point it out, Steel just walks the wall and walks the other side.
Sure,
Oh, you know what?
I'll point it out.
For the Odyssey campaign, I learned all about the jumping rules. But, oh, what the hell happened there?
Technically speaking, by walking across, she technically triggered the trap on the screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
oops.
it's fine.
Fine, you declared that you're climbing over the
you know.
walls.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah, our Dragonborn doesn't have dark vision, so we need light.
That's
Help,
fine.
I'm banned.
If anyone,
Wait,
if anyone would like to cast a light spell, please let me know who.
I can light up my aura or my halo.
Don't worry.
I will halo the Amanus then.
Amanas can light up your world.
I shall be your light.
Oh, drat.
Silver
He'll be
light.
your be your
I keep
halo.
getting this error again.
When you make a standing long, so you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet of movement immediately before the jump.
Okay, I can't do that. My strength
So,
is -1.
I've got 9 strength, so I can't make the jump. I would be 1 foot short.
Yeah, I have 8, so I can't either.
Same, I have 8,
But
but you know.
But Seal can walk on walls, so
Very handy. I assume that you can borrow me the tools.
yeah, he'll give them to you. He's seen you. Well, I hasn't seen you use them, but he knows you can. So
Seal gonna, use the, I guess, the mental link,
yeah.
It's like, how guide me through this thing.
Oh, fair enough.
So sleight of hand check, I think it is.
Yep.
Unsure if that's with advantage because I asked him for it. Up to dark.
I think I have to be like close to you, right? But I guess if it's telepathy, I don't know.
Yeah,
You,
you see it.
have you got your set telepathy running with?
Yes, I do.
Seal?
I do.
Because she's covering who does have it and who doesn't have it.
CL, Amanus, and Ceres has it.
So Torin is the one excluded.
Torin is the one excluded because we haven't broached that topic yet, and also I can't do that much. So
Torin is not yet having a Vicus in his head.
no, but Vicus is talking out loud as well as telepathically communicating. Like he's not exclusively. Which is easy.
I will allow you to press the with advantage button.
Much
Okay,
better.
that's better.
As CL goes in and more or less just jams the mechanism at least. Take kind of basically you do your best to kind of open up the little panel that's in the wall there, and jam the gears in place that the pit shouldn't be able to open now. A full disarming can be done later potentially, but at least now it can't. You don't think it should be able to move at least.
Well, Vicus will be the first to test it quickly. He'll stride across.
The floor does not suddenly open on you, though you do hear a click as you run across, but it doesn't open.
Alright. He'll say that everything seems fine, but do be quick about it.
I don't think I can put the light on myself.
If you can, I can't actually add it right now because I just had a Foundry error appear again.
All right, that's
He'll
fine.
also hold out his hand for the tools back. He'll inspect them a little bit to make sure they're not broken. But
100% trashed, clearly.
oh no.
Just open the hatch and tossed all the tools in there.
With
There you go.
illusions,
I mean, how do you think?
perfectly fine.
I mean, how do you think we did the jamming of it? Yeah.
Oh well.
With the minor
Okay.
illusion,
You should be able to add the lighting on yourself now, Jonas. Hopefully, if you should be able to double tap your token now.
See, I can double click my token.
And then you should have a section there for bright light and dim light.
Mm,
Hopefully, if you double click on the. Sorry, double right click.
Oh, yeah.
Double right
Right
click.
click.
I think.
Double right click. Ah.
Oh yeah. Ah.
Play token configuration. You can change your name in there, and you should also be able to, in the section called light, you should just add the parameters in.
I see it.
I see.
Kind of my
I
boundaries
see.
glitch, so I actually can't edit tokens anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But Torn at least can see up ahead because there's actually the actual light source up ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, and also Vickers appears to be glowing.
I am.
Yeah, you have like a
Apparently.
you have a 5-foot bubble of light which was added to you before.
All right. What's
But
that?
that was just before. The 5-foot bubble of light was just there for like so he could see where he was going in the darkness.
The fuck's that?
The red line was where the mechanism was, so
Oh, gotcha. I was
which is
probably
why they had to cross to
dying.
actually disarm it.
So would you like me to remove the dim lights off me? Then?
You can keep it on there.
Okay.
You're also free if you would like, Sheep, to add 5 foot of dim light around yourself just so you can see all your adjacent squares at all times.
Sure.
It seems fair that you should be able to see what's immediately adjacent to you.
Seal, do you have the light cantrip?
No.
No, neither do I.
I haven't needed like.
Who needs the light spell in this day and age?
Actually, given that
I have
Torn.
Torch.
There we go. Look, we have the glorious silver halo.
Alright, that'll do it.
Loud has mercy.
Vickers will kind of look around, noticing like Torn asking for light, basically. And given the fact that he's basically a melee combatant, Vickers will take off his goggles of night and hand them over to Torn. And he'll say, "A temporary lending. I don't need to get up and close and personal, but you do. This will help you more than me."
Is that the goggles of the night?
Yes, that is the goggles of night.
Thorin looks at the goggles and says, if you need them to see in this darkness, then surely you should keep them. There might be a situation where you want to scout ahead, which would be impossible without these. I'll make do. It's fine.
If you're sure.
As Torian is being currently blinded by Amanus' silver halo.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go.
Heading into, you find a large vaulted chamber. Blue, this kind of smooth blue tiling in the middle. In the center of it appears to be some kind of dried up old fountain, though with arcane runes all over it. It is gently glowing, however, with arcane runes. Looking like it has a spell it's trying to turn on, though perhaps doesn't have quite enough power. Ceres thinks this is probably the epicenter of this floor, though it's clearly disconnected from its actual power source.
Right. Guess I'll take a peek up here.
Lucas heads over. There seems to be a corridor going down, though it appears fairly empty on first notice. However, you hear a noise. Like heavy, heavy footsteps. Crash, crunch, crash, crunch.
Where from?
Down the corridor.
Like immediately down the very end or close?
You think towards the end?
Okay. I'll cautiously sidle down here. He will attempt to be stealthy.
Go ahead.
Did that roll? I didn't see it. Oh god.
I will tell you, that is not a success.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not a success. I can use my dice.
Oh, you can use
Haha.
the thing.
Yes, that's an abject failure. I can.
It is an outright failure.
Let's see. As he probably stumbles, he's gonna use his psychic energy to muffle the sound. 16. It's almost like a psychic chaff to the sound, so it kind of absorbs it slightly, but maybe it's not enough. Who knows? We'll see.
Uh-oh, the real dice are out.
I don't like that.
Vicus,
Yes.
the figure before you stop pauses. And then just slides, staring right at you. What appears to be standing before you is a tall, it looks like stone statue. You're not entirely sure what it's supposed to be of. Some kind of giant humanoid in some kind of very esoteric looking armor.
Hmm.
It's quite unusual. The head doesn't look like any. It looks impractical if it was actual armor to you. You see a number of glyphs and runes across the stone golem's forehead. It appears to be staring right at you, however, as it seems to then draw from its back a large sword made of pure stone.
Oh shit! You can hear him like visibly.
And all of you suddenly hear, "Oh shit!" from Vicus.
Shout.
I assume that's initiative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm aiming at myself apparently.
Oof,
Not
I rolled
bad, I
poorly.
suppose.
What? No, I have to double check. What is the initiative of a golem? Because I have no idea.
Oh,
I assume it's quite low
yeah, I think it's quite low.
ish.
Yeah, we'll find out.
All right.
Better than I thought it was. No, worse than I thought it was, actually. No, worse than I thought it was. Right, dex based.
Yep.
You have some time that takes the golem a moment to fully activate.
Okay. Well, I mean, to Vicus, this seems to be one of the guardians that Makara talked about. So he's gonna just attempt to attack it. I mean, he doesn't know what probably hasn't seen anything like this before, right?
It appears to be just like a 10-foot tall figure made of stone.
You know, from prior experience, hitting stone doesn't seem to be very easy, but he'll give it a go. He'll attempt to throw a blade at it. See what happens.
Because he's the enormous animate statue and goes, I can take him.
25?
Your blade flies through the air and strikes it. Well, I say strikes it. It kind of just passes straight through it.
Oh,
Golems are immune to psychic.
are they immune to radiant
Yeah.
though?
There is a very slight burn mark from the radiant damage, but
Biggest size. Well,
it does appear that the psychic blade just kind of passed straight through.
indeed. Well,
As Vickers did not
regardless.
sense a mind there to touch.
Seems it's time to go back to conventional methods. Either way, he has a bonus attack to do. He might as well do it for the radiant damage. 26 for 1.
Le radiant.
Cunning action. Dash. I can't cunning action. I use my bonus action. Never mind.
You did.
I'll just run away.
I mean, you have still move action, I think.
Yeah, I will. He'll basically say, stone statue thing. Can't hit it well. He'll take out. He has a free action to take out something. He'll take out his rapier. One of his hands.
If I remember rightly, golems are also pretty much immune to magic.
Golems have a lot of fun features.
Yeah.
That depends, I think, on a column.
Immune to magic, but are they immune to mundane? Or is probably resistant to
I
mundane?
think they
right?
are.
I think they're resistant to
Some of the
normal.
columns are immune to non-magical weapons.
Right, well, I guess I'm
But,
effed there.
but that depends on a column.
Some are
Guess we'll
immune
find
to
out.
pretty much everything, and it sucks.
Yeah, some of them are.
Well, Thorin is sure that they are not immune to being smashed. He will position himself here and dare this golem to come closer. He can't see it. He can't even see the golem, of course, but it's there. He presumes.
What you can hear right now is a very loud sound, very loud like noise. So
Vickers confirms it's there. For you.
With a defiant glare, Thorin braces against the darkness, Warhammer at the ready.
what Torrent can kind of see in the distance is like very vaguely, like you can see some like very faint glowing runes high up in the air, like 8-9 feet up. That's about it.
Well,
Very
that's
small.
ominous, but not his current concern.
Yeah, to Vickers' knowledge, that's actually just the runes on the golem's forehead. But
Yeah.
But yeah, Thorin will move there and I guess take the dodge action, because why not?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
See how?
Yes.
You cannot move through the pillar. You can go around it.
Yeah, I have to just go here.
I don't think it's happy with the diagonal though.
Yeah, might be. There we go. I cannot see it. Fuck. Could I have like anyway gone?
Only someone had cast a light cantrip on Thorin.
If only someone knew the like.
Yeah, if someone had it.
It's like the best cantrip, but every race has dark vision.
It's true.
I see what some of the apprentices are being brought for later, just to bring the light cantrip.
I think
I
Charlotte
shall
actually
repair
knows
an
it.
action of Eldritch Blast if the golem comes to my view.
Charlotte does know it, just for the pure fact that she doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's.
But sure,
nice.
you ready an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Oh. Sheep, what you can
Still
do is
don't
like
see it.
click and drag a little box just away from any character, and it should deselect Thorin, so you should be able to see
Yeah,
everyone.
I know how I can see everyone's vision. I just click on the measurement control
Oh,
on the left,
okay.
and it shows me everything.
Ah, yeah.
But
Thorin.
like, Thorin still can't
Thorin
see.
can't see anything.
Thorin.
Hmm.
I have bad news for Torin.
Uh-oh.
Something is going to be chucked out of the darkness at Torin.
Oh, great. Well, he's dodging at least.
It's true. You normally have disadvantage. It would normally have advantage. You're giving it disadvantage, so
Normal.
neutral.
Normal, yeah.
Nothing.
Cancels out.
As it's going to huck a stone javelin that's probably about 8 feet long at Torin.
Wonderful.
This will use its normal slam, though it will have a significant penalty to hit on it. So,
yeah.
Take 5 from the hit on this. No.
Well, that's a miss.
That's good.
However, there is now a massive hole in the wall over here.
Holy
He
crap.
sidesteps to like a log-sized javelin.
That's just confirmed what I
think
need
it's
to
in
do
my
this
view.
time.
Is it in my? I think I can see it though.
Can you?
Yeah, it's 60 feet. You know, it's at the edge, so I can see the feet.
It's on the very edge. You don't have a good view on it, though. You do have a view if you want to take a shot.
I mean, it's not gonna approach, I assume.
It's not moving any further this turn.
Yeah, let's go.
Given you're barely seeing it, there's a bit disadvantage, unfortunately, for you. But
I mean, I can roll disadvantages.
nope. And
Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
a pair of shots into the darkness. Maybe you hit. You're not sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
Right.
don't think so. You don't hear any loud explosion.
Ceres is going to step up here. And then she's going to use her meta magic to twin spell haste.
It was so nice, Sarah did it twice.
She's going to,
Putting up the big guns right away.
yeah, I mean, come on, it's a golem. I'm not going to do much to it. So yeah, Ceres is going to haste the
I presume
two
it's
big
good.
boys. Yep. And yeah, this costs 2, I think. The spell's level 3. 3 sorcery points. Fine.
I was just going to use this to mark your concentrating, because I believe that's...
Yep, it is concentration.
It's a concentration.
Sure. And then
Radiating everyone around you.
yeah, and then Ceres is
Magic.
gonna.
Light symbol, I guess.
I mean, given the way mana crystals are, it's not actually entirely wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Ceres is gonna come around here and hide around the corner. Because she knows
Very well.
what stone golems are all about, and magic is not something useful.
You know, most golems tend to be very resilient against magic.
Yep.
So,
That's why you buff us instead and let us tear it apart.
That's exactly what I do.
Yep.
Now be strong, be free. Be a Beyblade.
Be fast, be swift. I'll
And-
try. Well, let's see. Haste makes me quicker, right? I can move further.
Gives you double speed.
Ah, ha 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 ha. Well. Well.
you see it now, Torin.
Moving it over here. Oh. Whoop. There we go. Yeah. Amanas will move in as he moves forward. You know, the sword slips out of the scabbard, and he will start digging into it. See if I can hit. Oh yeah. 16.
Does not manage to penetrate the stone shell.
No, I can imagine. 23, however.
Does penetrate the stone shell.
Yes. I get a bonus to my attack rolls, right, from haste?
No, you get an additional action, so you can take another attack action to swing 2 more times, basically.
No, only
I
it
get
no,
a
only once.
Only
it does
one?
say professionally say only one weapon attack.
Okay.
But
Oh,
you also
yeah.
get +2 bonus to AC.
Yes. All right. Well, that is 14 damage, 3 of which are lightning, if that makes any difference.
It may.
And 23, then 4, 15 medical slashing, and then 6 lightning.
I do have to technically confirm. Are you using a magical weapon? Yes, you're using
Yes.
Zolzin.
Yes, Soul Steer has been used. That was 3 attacks. I am done. Oof, it's a healthy bugger.
Vicus,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it's your turn.
I'm wondering how sneak attack works with like damage. Is it like what type of damage is it?
It's usually the weapon's primary type of damage.
Right, so it wouldn't really work here at all then.
It would if used an actual weapon.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Well, I don't have any magical weapons though. I'm assuming. Well, I guess I can try.
Sadly, you don't. Sadly, you don't know much about golems. So.
I don't, so I guess I'll just try it because he would just attempt. I just need to check if this is a finesse weapon. Hold on. Yes, a whip is a finesse weapon. He's gonna use a whip.
it.
Of course, he's a whip. He's gonna use his whip. Does this golem have reach? Guess we'll find out. He'll go up here and he will whip it. It's 23. Oh, 8. Sorry, I was looking at your damage roll.
I'm going to tell you, an 8 is not sufficient to hit the golem.
That's fine. I
As
will
you kind of bounce off.
bonus action disengage just in case.
Shouldn't that be a better to hit roll? You're proficient with it, right?
I don't know how that works.
This will be your is it a dex or a strength weapon?
It's
It says-
finesse.
It says
Finesse.
finesse reach.
Alright.
Just
So it will be your
dex.
dex plus your proficiency, presumably.
For some reason, it's not marked as proficient on the sheet here. Interesting.
Because a
Weird.
martial melee weapon.
Martial
Yeah, it's
melee.
martial melee. I don't have martial.
I feel like Vicus should be proficient in whips.
I feel like it
I
should be.
don't think rogues are proficient in martial.
Rogues are not proficient in martial weapons, though.
It feels like whip should be within the arsenal.
I think for Vickers, you know what he's up to on the weekends.
Get you a spear or something that has reach.
Let's get back here.
Regardless, even with proficiency bonus added, that will still be a miss.
I've got a
That's fine.
staff if you want it.
Is
I
it
got the
magical?
rapier +1, but
No.
you know.
Technically, Ceres' stuff is magical.
Well, I do have a magical staff, but you're not having it. You can have my
Yeah,
other
I
staff.
can give you my rapier.
But it is a magic weapon you're
yeah,
technically
maybe.
holding, Ceres.
What?
Yeah, I'll take a rapier after this battle.
It is technically a magic weapon you're holding, though.
It is, yeah. But you'll.
Yeah, but
I'm using it, so
I earn a lot more value for staying here and not getting hurt, while Amanas and Torin get the haste.
Speaking, Torin, there is a giant golem in front of you. This thing is like 10 foot tall.
He's thought bigger.
My
Yeah.
gold value.
Some orcs grow to the size of 7 trays.
I've heard
or
that, yeah.
something.
It was this big.
He will walk up and, with determination, take a swing. Did I press the button? I did not. There we go. 15.
You swing your hammer, but it just kind of hits into the side of the golem and it just kind of holds your hammer.
No, wonderful. And then Torin will turn to Amanas and basically, gesture for him that he has made an opening for him, as Torin will use his maneuver, the Commander Strike, foregoing his attack to let Amanas
was
attack
very
again.
polite. I immediately stops. It's like, it's open.
While it's busy holding on to Torin's hammer.
right.
My lord, if I direct you to the hole I have given.
If you consider, very polite, Torin. Amnos will take the swing. Oh,
That might hit.
Where's-
No?
16, I don't think it.
Amanus, unfortunately, only does a superficial graze, doesn't manage to land a proper blow.
It reminds me of Celesta now.
Alright, then with the hasted speed, Torin will do another attack, resting him free, and will miss completely. Alright. Well,
This golem is
Yeah,
very hard to hit.
we strike it, but it's a lot of sparks like flying off the armor and stuff,
Mhm.
right? It's
Your weapon's like not really designed for beating a giant piece of stone.
Amra's face grows a bit grimmer as he just see the scores or like rake across the armor of it.
I can almost hear. Hang on. I
you'd think that a magic hammer would be perfect for this.
I think I can hear in the
But
background a
that's
gnome.
Torin's turn.
I think I hear a gnome in the background saying, "I told you so. I told
What
you
if
so."
alchemical
Alchemical
fire?
weapons.
What
Alchemical mining.
Yeah, what if it was a turbine in your hammer?
The problem with that, columns are usually immune to fire.
I think alchemical
Because they're
fire
made
is a
of
bit
stone.
different.
Well, we just need to burn them harder. And that's
Admittedly, imagine a hammer with an alchemical charge in it when it hits.
Yeah.
just explode the hammer.
Could be like acid.
Alchemical acid.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
we're talking.
Yeah.
Injectors into my sword that pumps out acid as I swing. I mean, yeah, into it.
Dig it.
All yours,
that-
all yours for the
There's-
low price.
There is that like high tech sword in Blackwater in Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. It's like
Oh, yeah,
a
the
super
electric
tech
sword.
nano blade.
The lightning
Yeah,
sword, right?
that's great.
What a fucking
These-
thing. It gives you a lightning weapon after you clear out the only place that has lightning resistance and immunity.
Yeah, but
fuck
like
you,
vulnerability.
Yeah, it's like you really need lightning to like murder these guys.
You better have shocking grasp and stuff when you go in there because
Yeah.
otherwise.
Chain lightning, that's
Shocking
where it's
grasp.
at, man.
Chain lightning and an air kineticist, something like this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well,
That's-
Pathfinder aside,
Yeah.
let's
5e.
See ya?
continue.
Yeah. Can I like bonus action toss my rapier +1 at like Vika's feet?
You can put it beside me, yeah, sure.
I mean, you can drop it in an adjacent tile and Vickers can actually pick it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
In front of me, and then I will Eldritch blast the golem. Oh.
I would tell you, the 27 does hit.
Nice.
And it's a
I would hope
force
correctly.
damage.
I I think force might be something
that
that's
is
actually
still,
vulnerable to.
yeah. Force is
Maybe.
a rare thing to be immune to.
It does seem to hit and leave a small crack where Amanus's previous blow had hit.
That's nice.
I think Sonic is another that's really good to just
Yeah,
have.
Sonic is even rarer.
Mm.
Like, very rare.
Okay, the 13 misses. So,
A Sonic Warhammer. That seems doable.
Golem's turn.
Lots of extra bells on it.
Now remember, you guys have +2 AC from haste.
Well,
Mm.
since it was already holding onto Torin's hammer, it's now going to just try and slam Torin into the wall.
That's impossible.
That will be the first slam here.
It's gonna
Try
try,
it, I dare
try
you.
and move the
Oof,
mountain.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
Nothing is happening.
oh.
no damage. So,
That's
Ugh.
Torin manages to break free.
3d8s, my god.
Yeah,
mm.
that sounds like.
It will then try to, with his other hand, punch Amanus in the face.
Oh
All
no.
right. Oh,
Uh,
misses.
oh, it's a miss. Good.
Yep.
Ooh.
The haste gives Amanus the speed to dodge out of the way.
Yeah, I could react to that then.
Fine, my gold value has just gone up.
Keep concentrating.
It will then see if it can pull upon the tower's magic to help it.
No, I
Ah,
don't think
shit.
so.
Alright, now I need to
It
fix
cannot.
that.
It does not manage to pull.
Does Sarah see if, like, the center, if, like, obviously she's just looking outwards. Does she see if the center tries to react to
What Ceres,
done?
what Ceres does see, and not really what everyone kind of sees, is very briefly the golem, the runes in the golem's head kind of glow a little bit, and you do see strands of magic trying to act, like flowing through the air from the center towards the golem, though they don't seem to fully reach.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
The golem is clearly trying to pull on the magic of the tower. But it failed.
Good. I don't like the sound of it.
Thankfully, this floor does not have that much power to it, so it's quite a difficult roll.
Yeah. Ceres is going to come over to the thing and see if she can prevent the stone golem from drawing from it.
Well, it's not the easiest thing to do. You understand the tower's magic enough that you could try to use your own power to kind of just interfere with it.
Yeah.
Spend an action basically to try and stop it from doing that again the next turn.
I'm perfectly okay with that. I think that's worthwhile.
Very well, as Ceres goes there and begins basically just using protective wards to try and no, stop.
Stop doing it. Yeah, I'll spend my turn doing that. Although I'll be over here.
Very well. Very well then, Golem. Unfortunately, you've now lost access to your bonus action this turn.
Yeah.
Amanus.
Yes. All right. Let's swing it. Well, 22.
Is indeed a hit.
8 slashing magical, 2 lightning. It's a crit. We will put a smite on that, I believe.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have 21 slash for the crit, for another 11 lightning for the crit, and then you shall dump a little bit of radiant on top of this. I was gonna see here, probably use a normal spell slot really. Think for a second here. Yeah, no, that'll be fine. Normal spell slot. Well, 15 extra radiant. All right, and
That's a lot of damage.
that's the nice thing with paladins. If you crit, you just put smite, and then you get much more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
15 is a miss, but the first hit grazes the golem a little bit out of balance, exposing its inner mechanics, and then Amanus just does a whirling lightning arc as it strikes into it, and then channels divine energy for just a radiant explosion inside of it.
So have you figured out if this thing has reach or not?
It does have
It
reach,
does.
I would tell you.
Can you step back then so I can get in?
All right.
Yeah, as Amanus kind of cleaves the sword through it and releases the holy damage inside, you do suddenly see from like the golem's eyes like some of the holy damage just pouring out.
Yep. Just smoke after it, like
As crack,
explosion.
as a large crack is now formed up the center of the golem.
As Amna senses Vicus's killing instinct, he will, in a
He'll
arcing
just tell him
step,
to move, yeah.
arcing step back to allow Vicus to dart in. They have done this before.
Bonus action, kick up the weapon from the ground, I presume.
Is it a bonus action or is it free action?
If it's on the floor, I think it would be a bonus.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action to pick it up.
I think
Fair
it's
enough.
an
I
item
will
interaction.
accept that. Alright, bonus action pick up then. Let's weave ourselves in here. And we'll attack with the rapier.
Maha!
+1 rapier. Just add +1 to attack and damage here.
If they hit.
Alright, then I get.
Well,
It
is
is
this a magical? Just double check.
mag-
Is this magical?
Yes, +1 rapier from CL. And on top of that, I get sneak attacks. This is magical piercing.
It's 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 to hit.
It indeed hits as you stab in, hitting what felt like a crystally core in there somewhere.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Oh!
Let's step back.
I'm
I was
sorry.
dragging my character while the camera moved, so I
I'm
was
sorry.
like, "Oh no!" It's okay. It's okay.
Torin?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. I'll whack the golem. I'll try to. 1.
Hammer it.
18.
That is a hit.
Wonderful. 2. 16 for 11.
It is not a hit.
We're gonna put a precision attack on that, however, which would make that an 18.
It is a hit.
Wonderful. And hasted attack, another 18 for 10.
That is also a hit.
Smack, smack, smack.
As you
Hammer rhythm.
as you start smashing away at it, as you actually knock one of its fists off with final hammer blow. The golem is still standing.
God damn.
But that'll be his turn.
Seal. Golem appears to be getting ready to do a massive smashdown.
Attacks.
How can he massively smash with one fist?
Because he can still use the stub of the arm and the other fist.
That is true.
And I guess I will like step away from
Yeah.
the
The two blasts hit it. As now, basically, Seal just knocked a huge bit of its chest plate off. As you can now see, the crystal core inside, already highly damaged by Amanus, is exposed, but the golem is still moving.
Well, that's me.
The golem spends bonus action trying to draw from the tower's magic. Fails. Thanks, Eris.
Yeah, thanks.
And will then proceed to slam down on Torin and then slam down on Vickers.
I'm back.
Alright.
Not Vickers.
Torin,
That is a miss.
because of haste again, I believe.
Yes, and because that is a miss, Torin's gonna riposte
Oh.
and hopefully kill it before
You might
he
save
attacks
me.
Vickers. That
Oh.
is the idea.
Oh no!
Over is a 15. That's not gonna hit.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to hit.
That was a beautiful dream, however.
Let me see. Oh, I cannot give that. Yeah, right.
Am I proceeding with attacking Vickers?
Yeah, I think I have to use bonus action. Yeah, I cannot use it for this.
I'm very much imagining this in like a single swing. Like it just basically does like an undercut forwards at Torin. Torin moves out the way, but now like Vickers is the next person in the path.
Yeah. That's a hit. He sees it. He knows it's coming. He can't dodge it.
What's your AC?
17.
17, so that would need 4.
4, yeah.
Okay, I can try it because I have a thing called
Would need
cutting
5.
words.
Ah. Okay. Yell at
Checker
the
wins on a tie, right? So you
golem.
need 5.
Your cutting words fails.
Right, he's immune to being charmed.
Oh, well, I didn't know about that.
No, that's fine. Well, Vickers sees that he's gonna hit him. So instead of trying to dodge, he basically throws himself forward. And it hits him a glancing blow. He's gonna uncanny dodge this. So he only takes 12. So let's do.
You're the first one hurt by it.
Indeed.
Can you please roll me a con save?
Okay. Well, I have a +4 because it's Aminus, right?
Oh, sorry, no, strength save.
That
Apologies.
is, that
Oh,
is
strength
correct.
save. Strength save. Okay.
Apologies.
A 10 then. I have -1.
Because you also fall prone, you're hit so hard.
That's fine. He did throw himself forward, so that makes sense. Prone.
Miss Talaniel?
I guess I continue preventing it from having a bonus action because
Not going to go in, not going to try and find a way to kill still.
I don't think that any magic would harm it.
You don't know what it does and doesn't affect it.
What does Ceres know about these stone golems?
You can spend a bonus action to try to identify it.
Sure. Arcana, I guess?
Arcana, please.
26.
Stone golems are powerful constructions. They are, of course, immune to poison and psychic, given they have no mind and know nothing in the way of, biology.
Yeah.
They are also resistant to all non-magical / non-adamantine weapons.
Sure.
Either will break. And of course, as being golems, they're immune to a ton of conditions.
Yep.
Stone golems do have the ability to slow targets, though they much prefer often just slamming away at them and causing massive damage.
Yep.
As a golem, it is immune to any spell that would alter the golem's form.
Mm-hmm.
It also has advantage on all saving throws versus magical effects.
Sure.
But it is not outright immune to magic itself. Not a stone golem isn't.
Alright. Sure. Ceres will,
Step into the empty fountain.
yeah, and she'll blast it. Pew.
It has some resistance, but it's on very low health at the moment. And that is enough.
Yes.
This does not make sense because it's a golem, but...
Ceres is unto a god! Yeah.
There we go. That will end this initiative. As Ceres just... After Vickers gets hit, just comes in blasting ice into its now exposed mana core. The golem just collapsing forwards, nearly hitting Torin on the way down, but not quite.
No one gets to hurt her friends without getting blasted.
He first waits.
Thorin will throw a glance towards Vickers, but he seems alright, if a bit scratched.
Yeah, he's fine. This is standard fare. He's barely bruised.
Is this the
Gets
focus
focus.
that Makara was talking about?
It is, though it appears to be missing something to it.
Alright.
There appears to be a piece missing connecting it, kind of, for its power.
Ceres will hop down and say, point towards it. Say, that's what we're looking for, but it's missing something. Presumably, when Toth was locking this place up, he moved it somewhere within this level.
I don't suppose it's in that, is it? He points to the golem.
Ceres hops over, squeezes between the two hugely armored big people. We'll have a look.
At this point, it's mostly remnants of just ordinary stone. There's some dust in where the magic crystal was, but there doesn't appear to be anything hidden inside of it.
Well, then Ceres will shake her head and say, nope, it doesn't look like it. It's probably in one of these rooms, I would guess.
I guess.
Oddly, you see vines trying to crawl out from under the door to the south.
Do you mind if I borrow this, CL, for a bit? He like brandishes the rapier.
Yeah, you can borrow it.
Thank you.
Torin will like grab his longsword instead and like sort of poke and hack at the vines just to see what happens.
You start poking at the vines. The vine almost suddenly like, it whips around like it tries grabbing the sword.
Yeah. Plants.
There is a sign. There is a sign on the door.
What does the sign
Say.
say?
Plants.
Well,
Fireball.
it's in High Elven.
Must be High Heaven.
But essentially, it simply just reads Druidcraft with Professor Icon.
Oh, no.
Oh no, leaving. Oh,
Now we're all crying.
hang on. Let me prepare a fireball.
Alright, I'll kick the door open and you throw in all the fire you have.
I'll throw in a fireball as quickly as I can. You ready?
Alright. SWAT team,
Breach.
breach the door.
Move the golem out of the way.
Alright, this is certainly not going to be bad or anything.
Torin kicks the door.
Oh yes.
Make me a strength check.
Absolutely.
And Ceres like prepares a fireball.
Now, I will tell you the door was locked.
Was.
There is now, however, a Torin boot hole in it, and the door is slightly off its hinges.
Alright, well, that works.
As it should be.
It has no right being open. Or not open. Closed.
Oh.
I can English. There we go.
Why can't you see? You can't see inside.
I see nothing.
I see
can
nothing.
see.
Well,
Now the vision's reset. As
there's
you
no enemy.
there's a room full of all kinds of plants and vines. All the vines beginning to start moving quickly.
Fireball.
Okay.
Well, prepare something along the lines of this.
Jesus Christ. Well, if it's in there, it's not coming out alive. Hopefully, whatever is part of that circle is resistant to damage.
Presumably.
Now, Torin might not usually be a fan of reckless fire, but this is shock and awe. This is a valid strategy.
There we go. I have now properly lit up the fire in that room.
It's a tactical stratagem. Yeah,
This
I
is-
hit fire.
This
Jesus.
is shock and awe. It's very valid.
Well,
Trust me.
the Druidcraft room is now currently up ablaze.
Wonderful.
All the plants somewhat screaming, and actually, I say screaming. You actually do hear a very low, audible, like, just.
Excellent.
Alright, close the door or try to.
You like
Okay.
pull the
Pull it
door
back.
back.
Pull it back
Okay.
on its hinges and.
Vicus is gonna try this door up here. Well, that's going
Next
on.
door.
All right, Ceres prepares fire.
And that room might be burning for a couple of minutes.
That's fine.
Yes.
Yep.
Is this door locked?
You go up to try the handle of the door,
Yes.
and you see runes appear on it.
Oh shit.
It does indeed appear locked, actually magically so.
Ah,
I was
great.
half expecting to counterspell there, to be honest.
Is there a way to non-mundanely, like, can you
I think,
disarm
I-
magical lock like normally?
I think you can, strictly speaking, pick a magically locked lock, but it's like DC is stupid high.
So the DC to pick a magic lock is 10 higher than the normal DC for the lock.
I mean, I can try. No harm in trying, right?
Can't you dispel the magic on it, maybe?
I don't
Yeah,
have
but
dispel
that-
magic unless I can break the magic another way. I don't have dispel magic.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
presumably, if I fail, nothing happens, right?
Yes, let's assume that, but I will be over there.
Fair enough. You should probably move out of the way, sir.
Yeah, I'm just well,
I'll give you
found you
bardic
move.
inspiration for your task.
Thank you.
Ceres isn't moving. Come on, go.
Let's see. Well, I have a +10. I will just roll stealth for this. Because it's the same bonus here. So 19 plus 3, 21.
I mean, I rolled it twice, so I don't know.
I will tell you that is not a success.
I would like to add more. Let's see how psychic power goes up against magic. That's an 8. So
What's-
that would be 30?
Yeah, 30.
30.
That was an incredibly good lock on the door. Yet somehow, against all odds, and the fact that Vickers feels the magic bending his picks, he thinks he's disengaged the lock somehow. Though his picks are looking less good for wear, but sure. They're not
Nice work.
broken.
Thanks.
I mean, if somebody has a mending spell, Lady Ceres, maybe.
I have mending.
Yeah, no. Mend.
Maybe you can fix this. You could see as like he looks really frustrated, and then there's like this like purplish kind of glow on his eyes, but it burns. Usually when he uses like psychic stuff, it's kind of slightly glowy, but this is almost as if like he pushed everything into it, for just a split second, and it works. But now his picks are like effed up, so he's gonna get some help there.
Alright. Torren will open the door that is now unlocked, presumably.
The door is indeed unlocked. There you go. Lighting was actually a bit weird.
I can't see into the darkness. Emilis, can you take like 2 steps to the right?
1 second. Let me correct the lighting 1 second as well, because the room slightly off.
It's a library.
The library.
I'm trying to move, but I can't.
Yeah, it's a bit laggy. It's weird.
Can't even
But
think
now
of
that-
it.
Might be
Come on,
the
render.
fire effect. Might be the fire effect.
Oh, it might be the fire effect. Yeah. that could
Okay,
be
the
it,
fire
yeah.
effect.
Might be the countless screaming fires. Plants.
They what help me sleep at night. I mean, what?
I mean, as expected, you're on an elf.
The quiet screams of the peasants help me sleep at
Oh.
night.
But as the door opens, it appears to be some kind of library or study. You can see rows and rows of old, dusty scrolls and books.
Ooh. Oh yeah, it was definitely the fire that was doing it.
Alright. Well, nobody would trap the inside of a library, right?
I would like to walk
Wizard
over. but
would trap a library.
I
will
would
answer
like
the Torian
to-
questions.
Walk in step with Torren and check for traps, so we don't die.
I can't see.
Don't hurt any of the books.
Let's see.
Amanas,
Exact-
bringer of light, come forward.
Shit. No.
You know, not to disrespect your glowy presence, Amanis, but Torren's gonna light a torch.
That's fine.
How big's the torch again? Like 20 feet?
I think
20
I
bright,
can-
20 dim.
so. Yes. I can do that myself.
There you go.
My random knowledge of light source.
As Torin is now carrying a stick of fire inside a book of dusty paper.
And I mean, strictly speaking, while we're just relying on like dark vision, we have like disadvantage, I think, on perception checks.
On certain things, you do.
You can't see colors.
You can't see colors.
There's also other penalties that do come up with it though in the books.
Like a -4. I want to say.
Because
Yeah. Oh god.
you swear you just felt movement.
Oh god. Don't say that.
You didn't see anything, but you swear something moved in the corner of your eye.
Hmm. Okay, he won't say it out loud, but he will mentally say it to everyone.
What? Movement?
That he could have sworn he saw something out of the corner. But I guess he can't see anything right now.
You don't see
What?
You don't see anything immediately.
Was that one an active look or passively?
You can actively look around if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna actively look around. I think it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think.
23.
You notice some of the dust almost getting kicked up on the floor here. As if there's something moving, but you can't see anything.
Okay. Is it moving towards us or away?
Very slowly towards you.
Okay. Vicus is not gonna say anything. He's just gonna basically he'll kind of look at the books or whatever, and as soon as like he sees another step on the ground in the dust, he's gonna attempt to throw a blade at it.
Okay then. Which we'll pick up next time.
Yes.
Freeze mid-throw.
As you throw a blade at a seemingly invisible target.
I can picture it as.
Will Vicus hit? Find out next time.
I picture it
Smash
as like
that like button.
the TV show where you hear rustling and you see Vicus turning around and throws a dagger, and then it just cuts.
Yeah.
That's it for the episode.
If you get 10,000 likes on this video, the community can decide what he hits.
I don't think we've had 10,000.
No, that's the point.
No, you have given me a wonderful idea that I might put a community. I might end up putting a community poll for enemies on the higher floors.
That'd be pretty funny.
Put up a poll and on the top floor is just Tiamat for some reason.
Yeah.
Tiamat
Yeah.
hangs out of there.
What does he hit? Tiamat?
Hello.
An invisible
Yeah.
creature or a baby? Find out next time.
Invisible
Enter the
baby
last floor
Tiamat.
to get the ultimate treasure of the tower. The party must A. Strangle a baby. B. Fight Tiamat. C.
All of
Strang-
the above.
All of the above.
All of
With
the
the horse
above.
instead.
I mean, we all know what would happen. That baby would not
That
survive.
baby would not live.
Oh, God. Couch for you.
I understand it's been a bit of a slow session for some of you. There was a little bit of quite a bit of talking to Captain Patching stuff, but now you're actually in what's actually kind of the campaign's first true dungeon crawl.
Yeah, it is.
London.
This is going great so far. We've killed a golem. We've thrown a fireball.
Something is burning in the southern room.
Something's burning.
I'm just saying the Guru Craft teacher will be turning in his grave right now.
You know?
We already
Uh,
have a druid not turning in his grave, so I
Yeah.
mean.
Ah, Zed. A good thing Zed isn't here.
How so?
I can't
I
imagine
mean-
he would have been happy about us torching sentient plants, right? Like,
I mean,
at
you
this
say
stage,
sentient. I say annoying. Right?
annoying. No, I agree.
You haven't
See,
proved sentience. You have merely acknowledged reactivity.
We've been-
See, what's the difference between a sentient plant and a baby? See, you're getting there, sheep.
Yeah, there we go.
Halldamir, I don't think a set would, be mind of that.
Okay.
from the ashes, new life born. So,
Yes, it's just
There'll
the
be
room
many
burns and
ashes.
screams.
The new life of peace and quiet.
Seal looks on. Ah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's like, new life in the making. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for all playing today, though.
Thank you.
Next time there'll be far less kind of side dialogue and far more just dungeon.
that was side dialogue? Question
Well, not so much like there'll be far less just like narrative talking and stuff like that. We'll have a moment, of course, but that's fine. Next time's gonna be mostly a dungeon crawl.
Alright.
More clearing out tower. There's a lot of
Yeah.
tower.
A lot of tower.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna head off to bed.
Wonderful.
I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for session and happy Easter to those I don't talk to anymore this weekend.
Yeah.
Same.
Alright.
Ominous.
Mm.
All right, folks. Take care.
Good night.
Bye bye.